being a member of NWA and seeing that success and getting that initial success there, but then breaking away and being Ice Cube and starting in films, traveling and around the world. I mean, Malcolm says he changed so much by being in the world and seeing his place in the world and seeing that the struggle was the human struggle and not just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how did it change you? Because you changed a lot from one point to the other.
Well, I just grew, you know.
Yeah.
I still think, you know, our struggle is primarily, I say, based upon the black people's struggle in Northern America. You know, that's still, to me, the #1 struggle. You know, I can fight for humanity when we got our thing together, you know what I'm saying? Because I am black, and I'm black before I'm a rapper, and I'm black before I am an actor or anything, you know, so that's my focus. And by me being able to travel the world, I'm able to see that it's not like that just in South Central Los Angeles. It's like that in Brooklyn. It's like that in Toronto. It's like that in St. Louis, and like that in Europe. You know, so you know, that kind of like fuels the fire. You know, and it makes me come with a more direct message here and there. You know, where back in the days I would have slacked off.
Who's the Mac?
Now, I was a little naive. You know, I don't know. I didn't know, you know, then what I know now, you know, so I was kind of falling into the system, but when I started getting a new kind of teaching and new, better understanding of the world around me, I could look back at the school system and say that it really served me no purpose as far as building up self-esteem in myself and what we've done in the past as black people for civilization. You know, only esteem they give you really is sports. You know what I'm saying? They'll hold you high on the hog when you can play sports, you know, and if I went through it with the mind I have now, you know, I'll be what you call a problem student, because I'll always say, wait a minute, what about this and what about that? It'd be the kind of student that you hate to call on, you know. So, you know, now, you know, it's all about educating ourselves, and that's the whole focus and key.
Is that where street knowledge comes in?
Yeah.
Educating yourself?
Definitely. I mean, street knowledge, you know, you can have all the book smarts in the world, man, but you got to live in the real world. You know, the real world is not a book.
I met Farrakhan and had dinner. Now you wasn't in the 5%. Well, no, but I go where the brothers go. Tell me come the bus number 54. Made a little dough. Still got a sister on the cell phone that Ice Cube sell out. You said hell no.
I met him, well, I met him before I physically met him, you know. This guy named Drew from Public Enemy used to give us tapes, the minister speaking, you know. So one Savior's Day, you know, I flew into Chicago to watch him speak, and he invited me back to the palace to eat, and we ate and kicked it, and, you know, had a good time.
What was it about his philosophy or the philosophy of Islam that attracted you?
Just a philosophy tailor-made for the black man and black woman. You know, I'm not a member of the Nation of Islam. I'm not a Muslim. But his program, no matter if you're Christian, Baptist, whatever, it's tailor-made for us to survive in North America and be successful and you know, I mean, his whole program, if his whole program was followed to the T by the over 40 million black people that live in America, we wouldn't have no problems. We wouldn't have no drug problems. We wouldn't have no problems with teenage mothers or, you know, any shootouts or anything, because his teaching is self-love, and everything that we got from America is self-hate. So once you start loving yourself, you can respect anybody that looks like you or comes from your family. You know, maybe not your immediate family, but the family of who you are. And you know, once you teach that love, all the problems seem to go away.
Of priority. He's a Canadian, originally from Winnipeg. And one thing he told me about signing you, he says, well, when he heard the demos, he said, you know, when he heard NWA, when he heard you in particular, he says, there's something here that's going to scare a lot of white people. I got to sign this and get it out right away.
Yeah, well, you know, Brian Turner, we cool, you know, as long as the business is right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know, they come to the table, you know, and, you know, if I scare a lot of white people, it's because of things that they've done it's because of their own guilt. You know, I don't aim to scare white people. I aim to educate black kids. And that's my focus and that's my goal. And if they become frightened and scared, it's their own paranoia because of their guilt and anger. Like I said, black people have never harmed any race of people anywhere, any place, at any time, you know. So that's not our focus today. You know.
What's the message for all the kids? Because I mean, there will be a pretty mixed crowd here tonight. I mean, always at your show, you did Lollapalooza, you know what I mean? So there are a lot of kids who aren't black kids who are out there looking forward to getting your message and Ice-T's message. So what's the message for everybody?
Is wherever your forefathers and uncles have set a fire for black people, to just go around and put it out. That's your goal. Wherever they start havoc, wherever they've corrupted school systems, this, boom, boom. Your job as white Americans to do right by black Americans or Canadians or wherever you're from is to go put that fire out. Is to go make it right. And to strive to make it right for everybody. If you can't do that, you can't help it.
Man. Hey, yo, wait a minute.